You're good.
The Nintendo Shack is back. Welcome to another episode of PSVG's Nintendo Shack, a proud member of the Place of Video Games Podcast Network. And I might say one of the best dandiest darn podcasts you'll find on the internet. You can find out more details, psvg.blog, for all your updates in the PSVG world. And I have to take a quick moment to point out that we are powered by some awesome people thanks to Patreon. And I need to say their names because, dang it, they're just swell. And that is Coach Helk, Edwin Callow, Devin Tyus, Kevin Austin, Chris M., Kyle Heyman, Joel Voss, a.k.a. Professor Switch, even though he doesn't play the Switch, Josh Barboni, a.k.a. Bonesaw. It's okay. He said it in Discord. That's my full right to go. I can call him out on that. He's even said it. It's okay, Joel. It's okay. I am Jason Lacey. Welcome to the Nintendo Shack. We're happy to have you here. Before I introduce who's here with me, you might be able to guess who they are, but I have to say we have an announcement because Donnie has been burning the candle on both ends, trying to get the editing out, get the show out. So we usually record live on Thursday, which we are right now, at twitch.tv/PSVG. And then Donnie is just like, I'm awesome. I'm going to do all the editing. People need this podcast tomorrow morning. And he would do all the editing and the show would come out the next day. Well, when you have audio errors and technical errors like we did last week, Donnie didn't get a lot of sleep. And it's just not good. So now we are moving Nintendo Shack to Saturdays. It has nothing to do with the fact that there's like 18 other Nintendo podcasts.
God, there's so many
that release on Friday. Because you know what? We know you're going to listen to Shack first. We want to give you those other shows a little chance. So now we're just going to Saturday. So with that said, it's Nintendo Shack time. Who's here with me? Of course, it's Carolina, the Nintendo Dame herself. She's here.
Shack Shatterdays. Can we call it that? Shack Shatterdays?
No.
Shatterdays with Shack? Bonnie just shot me down.
There's more.
Absolutely
there's a chance,
not.
There's a better chance that every time we do the show, I come in and go, it's time to flex with Flux. So,
Dudes!
Dude.
Hey, man, I have good ideas, but...
That wasn't one of them. That's okay. We still love you.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you. We're here early. It's a fun hour.
Yeah, of all the things, we wait till the 1 week. What is it? The 63rd week to record early. I could totally get this show out by tomorrow. Like no pizza cake. Mm-hmm. But no, it's definitely the. Oh, by the way, greetings, Kooplings. Hey, I'm Donnie.
Oh yeah, here too. We got sidetracked.
It's definitely the issues, the audio issues, the days we're all running late and everything. Where if we record at 9 and we edit by 11, it's out by midnight. That's fine. But it's we start recording at 11. The show's over at 12:15. The edit is at 1:30. The post takes us, and then all of a sudden I'm rolling into work and 4 hours of sleep, and it's not good. But I'm excited. Hopefully, the response on Twitter was really good. Like the Shackers out there, they were like, "Dude, absolutely, we'll listen whenever it comes out." And I was scared. Because podcast listeners are a demanding audience. At least a lot of the podcasts that I follow, if like some of these ones that you expect every week, they're like, "Hey, why? I've seen it." Like, "Hey, it's Wednesday. Where's the show? Like, why isn't the show out?" So I was a little like, "Oh, I don't know," but I was happy to see it.
We're a creature of habit. We need that release
on
the day, at the time, on the feed,
I
in
used
the
to be
download.
the same way with webcomics. If a webcomic didn't update that day, I was so angry. So I can understand.
So that's what I was afraid of. And I know, at least for me, I listen to most of my podcasting on my way to and from work.
Yeah.
So the idea of us moving off of a weekday, makes me, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if that gives people more time to listen to us, or if that just makes them want to skip over us because they're not listening to podcasts that day.
Well, you got to remember too that we have people that work a variety of schedules. So we got people that's probably still working on the the weekends and stuff like that. So you might be capitalizing on that audience as well. Still, I think it all works out. Like for me, I know I'm not the same case, but I hardly ever get a chance to listen to them on the weekend because that's if I have the free moment. I'm gonna play a game or something. So
sure.
So I build up a queue again over the weekend, and then Monday I like open my app, and then there's 20 podcasts. I swear, because there's always a ton that drop on Monday too. And can we just mention that I love how podcast apps have come a long way, and you can now auto download and all the stuff. But when you add a new podcast and auto download, for me at least, I don't have that setting turned on automatically. And so new episodes, if I have a new show that I'm just checking out, they don't download. So then I go into my car and I'm like, play. And it's like, we can't stream. You're not on Wi-Fi. I'm like, no, it
Nope.
didn't download.
Yep.
First world problems, I know.
Yeah, I was to say, my Pocket Cast is not set up like that. I have all that turned off,
Same.
and I can play over stream and all that. So
I
that's
have
interesting.
unlimited data.
And
so
here's
it's
it.
not
I don't auto download anything. Like I
Oh,
I don't
manually
either.
pick
I
and
always-
choose exactly what I want.
Same.
Yeah.
I do it just so
I give all my
know
shows-
what I haven't listened to.
oh, that's a good idea. I give all my shows those downloads, though. You know, I'm like, I support.
And I do
you.
too.
Get every
It's
download.
it's the weirdest thing because I'm with you. You'd be amazed at how many shows I click anyway, like every episode.
Yeah.
But it is
Yeah.
one of those things. It's like depending on what I'm doing, I want the choice. It's the same reason. You guess what else I don't do? I don't have auto bill pay. I pay every
no, you
one of
said-
my
I don't like
bills
that.
automatically
I don't like a company controlling when they take my money. I like
or
to be able to
manually.
say,
Sorry, manually.
I like to be able to say I push the button now.
Yeah, that's
No,
exactly
I have,
it.
I have auto bill pay from like cable
Nope.
and cell phones
Nope.
and stuff, but
Nope.
everything else.
I'll
I don't know why,
choose.
though.
Really?
I'll
I don't know
choose
why,
when
though.
Comcast gets paid. Thank you very much.
You can set up the day.
Nope.
I set mine up for
Don't
4
like
days
that.
before I start going to a collection.
Don't
station.
like that at all. What if the next Zelda Collector's Edition comes out that day and you need that $60? I'm just saying,
Pull it out of the savings
things can
account.
happen.
Donnie's just like, you really spurned me this month.
What if
You
somebody
guys get
makes
paid
what
10
if
days
somebody
late.
makes a mistake and instead of drafting they add a decimal point and they draft too much? Now you got to file a complaint. You got to get it back. It's a long thing. No.
This is true.
Thank you.
That's why my mom does it still. She does everything manually, and she even sends them a check. She sends them a check.
My grandfather used to pay because I have the exact same insurance agent that my grandfather had for years.
Yeah.
My grandfather every month, the first of the month, would hand deliver them a check. He would get in
Yeah.
his car, he'd drive across town, walk into the insurance office, and give them a check.
My parents own rental houses, and they have a tenant that does the exact same thing. On the first of the month, she shows up at the door, and they got so angry about it. Like, just they put a box on the front of the door. It's just like, leave it here. You know, it's like the key drop box. Leave
We
it
don't want to
here.
talk to you. Just put it here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
So we're moving to Saturdays.
Moving to Saturdays.
shack.
Saturday morning
I call it
podcast.
that.
Saturday morning cartoons. We're the new Saturday morning entertainment.
Saturday morning.
Hey,
shack.
you know what?
You
In the
guys
in the
actually call
summer.
it that Saturday morning shack.
Yeah, no, that's good. Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
SMS.
in
SMS.
what?
Honey, I know you were going there.
One thing I was gonna say is in the spring and the summertime, Saturdays are like my yard working duties, and I always listen to podcasts when I'm doing that. So maybe there's
Yeah. Amen.
there's a grass cutting market we're not tapping into right now.
Could be onto something. I mean, there's no snow in my
Or
part
if
of the
you're
world, so
shoveling
I can't
snow.
can't even shovel and listen. So,
It might as well have snowed today. It was cold.
well, now that that is out of the way, we've cleared that up. We've settled that. Shall we talk about what we've been playing? Shall we do that?
What
It
have,
was a fun time.
What have you been
Yes.
playing, Jason?
Well, Donnie, funny you should ask. I did play before I go into the normal spiel. I did play something. I did for like the first time in. It's been a while. I actually closed down Smash Brothers.
Oh my
closed
God.
that game. I shut it down.
Did your Switch
gotta-
like burn? Did it just like
It's like it. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. It like.
did it
I got-
reboot? It was like, wait a minute, memory.
Yeah.
We were dedicating
Just,
all the memory to this. Now we
Yeah, I have a well, I've had a review assignment for a while, and I've been pretty lackluster at getting it done. But I have to say that in the short amount of time I put into the game, I think I saw enough of the game that I will record some separate audio for it, and we'll get that out. And that's Nidhogg 2.
Ooh.
I had the pleasure of playing that, and you can look forward to that hitting. I would say maybe next week I'll get that pushed out. So I don't want to give away all the details.
you love it though, don't you?
I mean, I could see what I would love it, but again, okay, here's the problem. I'm going to call this the Smash Brothers effect. Hey, it's got online multiplayer. Let's find a game.
Nobody's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Hold on, I'm still-
that makes
still
sense.
searching.
That makes sense.
Wait, I'm still looking.
I've thought for a long time that you would really like Nidhogg.
No,
But
I
that-
couldn't find a game.
That makes sense.
So all I could do is play against the computer, but I am going to Lucas's house
I was just about to say that. That's where this needs to happen.
Saturday,
Mhm.
so I'll bring my Switch over there and we'll give it a go there.
On
'Cause I
Shaq
can see
Saturdays?
yeah, on Shaq Saturdays. Because I can see how I like the concept of the game. I like the fencing, the tug of war,
Yeah.
the randomness that happens, and then you get killed. You get eaten by a giant Nidhogg at the end. I mean, what's not to love? But I will say that I wish I don't care for the graphics I like the graphics in the first game. I prefer that. The old Atari, really simple. I don't like the art direction in this new game. The characters look gross.
I remember when they announced this game, and that was a topic of discussion. And it was interesting because I haven't seen a whole lot of games that was like new and improved modern graphics, and people were like, "Oh," but that was
They're
kind of with that. There was a lot of like Vita owners that were like, "It was good before."
Yeah, if you guys haven't done it, like, dude, just look up Nidhogg 2 and look
Yeah.
at image search, and it's just like they're just gross. They just don't look good. I just don't like it's the art direction, and it's not that they're poorly executed. It's just they're not pleasant looking. They're just not good looking style. And then of course, I'm still playing Smash Brothers, but now I'm doing things even a worse direction now. I'm researching advanced techniques, which consisted of me watching some YouTube videos, and then instead of playing the game, I play training mode for like an hour, just learning the muscle memory.
Oh my God.
So I'm working on what's called
He's that bored.
reverse.
But he won't play World of Light.
No, I won't.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
And I've done it twice. I've done it for both of us.
and now I'm also trying alternate control schemes, which has been really interesting. Like trying to use the trigger to jump. Oh God, it's made me forget how to play the game because it's like I'm undoing like 20 years of Smash Bros. Memory and trying to learn a new control scheme. So I've tanked my GSP. Like I went from at one point with Falco, I was at like 22.8 million, and I tanked it down to I think I was at 800,000 because I just
oh my gosh.
because it's like I've never played the game before.
Right.
I go to jump and I shield and all this stuff. So now I'm building my way back up, but I'm trying to use like the left bumper on this GameCube controller to jump, and these things are so sensitive.
Can you click
Yeah.
that a few more times?
Yeah.
Sound effects. It's good stuff.
For those of you guys that didn't know what that noise was on like last week, Shaq.
That's the spring in his GameCube controller, like hanging on for dear life. Like it's about
I
that
saw
damn.
a pretty sweet hack that someone did where you can go in there and you can just take these apart and you can shove a little some paper in there, and then it kind
wow,
of
I love the sound. I love the
muffles
feel
that.
of it.
Because I wish these triggers were like the Pro controller. That's my one complaint about that.
I see that too.
I much prefer these analog sticks. There's much I can easily do what's called perfect pivoting. I can do that a lot easier
What
with
the
this.
heck, dude? What is this nonsense?
Yeah,
Perfect
this is
pivoting.
dumb.
I mean, I could
Jason,
explain it, but I think
you're
I don't wanna put
missing
people to
what's
sleep.
super
This is all
fun
the pro
about
talk.
Smash Brothers. You're ruining Smash Bros. You're like,
But I
this
have
is
to be
awesome,
able
fun
to
game.
Run forward and then jump and spin around and do a back air and be able to hit Pikachu on the ground because he's shorter.
In a single frame,
And
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I even did that. Slowed the game down. Was doing frame by frame stuff. It's dumb.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no! Okay, games are supposed to be fun, not work. What are you
But
doing?
This is how
No,
this is how
that's
I
how
play games.
speedrunners
This is
get
how
good.
this is how I play these type of games. It's the same thing. When I would just grind awesome knots for days on end, and when I would play Celeste over and over. This is what I do with these games. This is what I do with Smash now. It's all about learning these new techniques and then, putting them into practice. So 'cause
Wow.
I felt like I hit a plateau, so I had to elevate my game. And I got to play. I will say I got to play with. Was it Monday night? I played with Mr. Jams Gams.
Yeah.
I played with him and Dude 427 and
Duderino. I missed the
Josh Purple Monkey.
dude.
Threw
Nice.
down.
Josh Purple Monkey.
It was great because Jams wanted to get my Smash tag. He didn't. He never got it.
We have one of those.
He never
Just
got
saying.
it.
I have
You
Jason's
got one.
Smash tag.
You got a Flexite tag.
That's
I
it.
think we have one too. A few.
It was fun. It was a fun time.
Did you
And
take me up on my offer that you should play the classic mode as all the Fire Emblem characters?
I have not booted up classic mode since. I will. Speaking of Jams, though, I will say he released a video this week where he did a little deep dive into the classic mode in this game, and he started with the 8 characters that were in 64, and went through and explained like the different stages and who they fight and what the characters represent from the games, which
Yep.
was really cool because there was so much in there that was way over my head at first glance. Like playing as Ness, how you start towards the end of the game and you work your way back towards Onett, and like the one which was the town that has the carnival, like with the zombies and stuff in it in Earthbound. I don't remember.
Oh, in Earthbound, I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about a Smash stage. I can't remember. We need.
I can't
to
remember,
ask
but
Kevin
but
for
you
sure.
fight. You fight in the Luigi's Mansion stage, and you're fighting Toon Links.
It's the 3 one, I think.
Yeah, threes or whatever. You're fighting Toon Links who are Dark Link skinned because they look like the zombies that are in that game. It's just all those little details that they put in the Smash. You know, it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
So
but-
it's really cool video, and then he's got one.
And you know what? You'd love World of Light.
I was just sitting there thinking
every
that.
single fight is like that.
There's
No,
a ton of that in World of
I
Light.
have
Like
played
it's
World of
all
Light,
World
but-
of Light is.
I have played World of Light, but I can play like a couple fights, and I'm just like,
You
because
gotta get spirits and get
it feels
good.
like I'm just smashing my head against the wall because it's just like the same thing over and over.
Says the
It's very
person who's in
simple.
training mode for 3 hours while he slows down the frames. It's the same thing over and over.
I could
Hey.
beat World of Light in probably 3 hours now.
Whatever it takes to flex on those 10-year-olds on quick play. you know?
That's true. I'm with you there.
The things he loves doing, flexing on 10-year-olds.
That's right. As long as
Yeah.
I got to keep my game above Jack's, you know. You gotta.
Jack hasn't
But
played.
he, but
So we
I say
haven't.
He's also Starlink, so I don't. gotta
We
worry about
haven't played Smash really since like Shack Knight. It's been weeks.
Wow.
Seriously. I played it the other day. I opened up classic mode. I was on level like 5. I played like 4 matches and didn't even finish. Just turn it back off.
I haven't played since I got all my spirits, but I'm gonna like every weekend they have those spirit things, and
Yeah, it's true.
whenever an exclusive spirit comes out, then I'll
I'm hoping they have
but-
some sort of DLC event expansion thing or something to open up the game to bring us back to play it. Jack and I will play Smash when he's done. So that's the reason I haven't been playing is because I'm not playing against him,
Yeah,
and I don't want to play by myself. That's it. I mean, that's the reason why I don't want to play because I just don't want to sit there and play by myself. I want to play with friends, and I typically play with Jack. Jack was my co-op partner. So when he's done doing whatever, actually, that's probably not even true because when he's done with Starlink, then I'm going to start playing Starlink. But, but yeah,
Does he think that Fox is the best character to play with, or does he
you know,
pick another one?
no, he has a ship that he has in a different pilot. I think it's because I keep like commandeering the R-wing. I keep telling him like he wants to swap like the wing. I'm like, stop taking stuff off the R-wing.
Yes, that's blasphemous.
I'm like, leave it alone, right? I don't want you breaking it. I don't want you losing pieces to it. Like, you swap the other stuff and these other pieces of garbage. You leave this R-wing just like it is.
You know, I'm really surprised. I don't see that. I haven't seen any of that on eBay or anywhere where people are just trying to sell that R-wing.
I wouldn't dare. Like, it's really... I have the controller and everything set up on my stand, and I told him, I was like, all right, so when you're done playing this game, we'll trade the game in, but the R-wing stays right here. It's now like a toy. It's a shelf item.
This is Daddy's now.
That's true. And it's funny because he didn't even like it. Because here's the thing. The R-Wing, you can't put all the guns on it. So, like, the Skylander appeal isn't fun. He can't change the cannons and everything. I mean, you can, but, like, the R-Wing's weapons come out of the box. There's no, like, things you put on it. It just shoots that way. So I'm going to play the entire game that way. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to play as Star Fox. As much as you can. Apparently, you can't. Apparently, there's times where you have to use other things.
Somebody is selling one right now. It ends in almost 5 hours. For buy it now, $19.99. You get the Fox and the R-Wing.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot cheaper than I would have.
Yeah, now I will tell you,
Done
the
that.
cutscene videos of Star Fox and Company in this game are really,
Oh, they're
really-
amazing.
They're gorgeous, like far more than Nintendo has ever done with the IP. I mean, it is really
Well,
nice.
I mean, to be fair, yeah.
That's true, but when you see it, like when you see it on your 1080p TV, you're like, man, that's nice. You see him running down a hallway, and then like a backdrop that comes up behind him, and Fox turns, and he's got a. I'm like, this is awesome.
Falco. And
Yeah, no, it's
Peppy.
this is really good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, one of you, please continue, because that's all I got. That's all I have.
Yeah, let me go because I haven't been playing a whole lot.
Go.
I just had a long week. And here's the interesting thing. I played a lot of game last week. I didn't play anything really on the Switch, but I was playing a ton of games last week. So this week, not only am I been busy at work, I'm also just kind of like, I'm kind of like done with games right now. Like I'm kind of just, I don't want to play anything. Like I keep booting up things. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm just kind of tired, right?
Yeah.
I think we've all been to that point before.
Yeah. So I've been trying to like TV and stuff, so like something to get me out of it. But I have been playing some games that I really haven't talked about on the show that we can cover. I can go ahead and confirm for the rest of the world that RBI Baseball is pretty terrible.
No.
I bought it when it was on sale over Christmas. It was on sale for like $3. Now here's the thing: for $3, it's pretty fun. It actually looks really good. For a sports game, it looks like a real nice big sports game, which is fun. And it's not awful. It's a game of baseball. The only thing that makes it awful, it's basically random. Like you throw the pitch and you hit the ball. But anything that happens outside of those two events, you really have no control over. Whether it's a home run or a double or an out, there's really no telling. There's no player agency at all. Like they say it's timing. I've probably played 5 or 6 games. It's really not. Like you hit A and maybe you hit it out of the park and maybe you hit it to the pitcher. Like you have no idea. So it's just not really. There's also like there's some rubber banding there. You know, like you can be up by like 5, and in the last inning they'll just start bombing homers until it's tied, and you know, like it's fine. It's like mindless, but you know, it's something. For $3, it's not bad.
I wish rubber banding could just be done in gaming. I hate rubber banding.
I do too.
Kinda, yeah. It's really not fun, because I mean that's what the and then that's weird though, is because that's what the difficulty levels are for and whatnot. At least you'd expect it.
Yeah.
I played that Screen Sheet indie game. The kids and I have been playing it. We played it with some family.
Switch?
Yeah, on Switch.
I've had that on PC for forever. Someone gave it out during like Extra Life to get some people on to play when they were doing their stream, and I've never played it.
It's fun. It's not like GoldenEye 007 fun. It's because it's weird. You know, it's if you don't remember, Screen Sheet is the 4x4 shooter, and it's fun to have a shooter again.
Invisible, right?
You're all invisible, so you can't see anybody. So what you do is you look at the other player's screen to get an agency of where they are. And like Nintendo Land, like all the parts of the map are like really brightly and distinctly colored. There's the blue zone, the red zone. Yeah. So it's kind of like Mario Run, if you remember that from Nintendo Land, with guns. But you can't see any of the characters, and it's kind of the same thing, which the kids and I really enjoy. It's fun. Like, my kids are really into that. They don't really like the fact that you can't see the people at all. Like, they were almost wishing there was like a ghost or like a hologram or something, because it really, you kind of get lost because you're just looking at nothing all of a sudden. But it's also like wacky and zany because you can like, there's a weapon that we got that my daughter likes where you ride a horse. So it's like like the horse on a pole, right? Like a riding horse, like the kid's toy. And then you have like a sword. So instead of shooting, you just like charge. And what she was saying was like, it would be cool if you could see like the weapons. So like you can't see the player, but you can see their weapons.
The weapon coming out.
Or something like that.
Like a close enough proximity, and then you had some sort of visual indicator.
Yeah.
You got close enough, you could see them.
Because what happens is you think they're somewhere, and then because it's like so brightly colored, or at least this is what's happening to us, they're so brightly colored, like in the yellow zone, and you see that somebody else is in the yellow zone, that everybody just starts like shooting in all directions. You know, so it's like one of those things, because you don't have enough time, and the spaces are pretty small, so you don't have like enough time to be like, oh, they're near that painting, let me find that painting, because you're gonna get shot. You know, and because you already know you're in the yellow zone together, and you just start shooting at stuff, and it's kind of random, but it's also kind of fun. It's, you know, it's sharp and it looks decent. But you know, in all seriousness, we've just been messing around. It's a fun game if you can get it on cheap. I wouldn't pay more than $10 for it. Like, I don't think it's going to have any like lasting appeal outside of if you've got 2 or 3 people to play with. And if you don't have 2 or 3 people to play with, it's not worth playing with bots at all. It's just not. It's not fun. I've been playing Into the Breach.
Ooh.
Which was an indie darling from last year. Was in the Direct, the Steam game, which we saw on our PC channel on Discord. There are tons of outlets that are putting in their Game of the Year contentions and nominees and things like that. It's fun. It's tactics-based, like strategy game. I really enjoy it. It's almost like chess. It's really kind of what it feels like. It's just kind of like chess, grid-based tactical movements. The different, so like you have these mechs, and then you fight these aliens, and the different types of aliens and mechs that you have, they got different movements and different attack radiuses, like chess. So you have a piece that's like a queen, can shoot across the board, and you've got another one that, can like, I've got one that I powered up to where I can, if I move next to a unit, then I can then pick it up and swap it and move it the other way. And so the game is all centered around, here's the game, here's the pitch for the game. So the aliens are on the map, you put your mechs on the map, and then there are buildings on the map. You're trying to stop the aliens from destroying the buildings. And the game isn't like Risk. You're not like defeat all the enemies. That's not the game, because they come in waves and they keep coming. So your objective is mostly like you have 6 turns. You have to last 6 turns without giving up, the power plant or the bar or whatever you're trying to defend. I'm only through the second world. And it's
what do they take priority on? Like, will they attack the building or will they attack you?
Definitely the buildings. Definitely the buildings. Now, if you're in their movement zone and the buildings aren't, then they'll come after you. But definitely the buildings. Like if they're within the buildings, they're going to go for the buildings. But the I guess the hook or the strategy part is they telegraph their attacks, so they don't like attack on the same turn that they move. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like the turn before they attack, they'll point in a direction that they're going to attack, which then gives you the ability to counter. And they always go first. So they go, you see what they're planning to do, and you try to stop it. While trying to prepare what they're going to do the next move. And like they spawn all over the map. It's weird because there's earthquakes and tidal waves that like ruin the map while you're doing it. It is fun. I get why people like it. I like it. I don't want to say anything bad and make it sound like I don't like it. I do like it. It's fun. I'm going to keep playing it. It's good. I'm through the second world. I've probably played 12 or 13 battles or so, something like that. Every map is like an island, and the island is cut up into like little territories. And the first 2 that I'm on, they're like, 8 territories in each, and I'm almost done with the second one. So it's fun. It's really fun. Now, I will say, I'm not getting the game of the year like, oh my god, this game is amazing love. It's fun. It's a good game, but I'm not like over the moon about it or anything like that. I'm not here telling you it's a must play. You got to have it. It's one of the best strategy games I've ever played or anything like that. I think honestly, I think the charm in it is it has really good writing, and I think the charm in it is that it's at least again because I'm early on. It's so far it's simple. It's simple-ish. That doesn't mean to say it's not challenging. I just mean to say that like the rule set is simple. I feel like everybody could play Into the Breach. I don't feel like you have to be a strategy wizard to do it. You could play this game. Like my kids could play this game. And of course it'll get harder, and there's also like, of course, there's like sub ranks that you can do to get like bonus attributes. And there's a whole upgrade thing that you get attributes and you can upgrade your mechs. You buy new moves, buy new pilots, buy new mechs. So there's a whole thing to that. But the core of the game is pretty simple. You've got movesets and attacks, and they've got movesets and attacks, and you have to protect these strongholds on the map. It's not, there's nothing like revolutionary about it that I've seen. I was probably so I wrote it off pretty much on the direct just based on looks. I wasn't really digging like the Genesis look to it.
The exact opposite effect, but looks.
Yeah, and I like, so like Wargroove I was into, but Into the Breach I'm not. And there's not like a whole lot of differences between the two, except for the fact that I would say the Wargroove is like brighter, a little more things going on like environmentally, and this one's just like flat. It's just flat and a little darker. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good. And I booted up another game called Katamari Damacy. So Caroline, I know you've been playing it.
I have.
So I'm gonna transition into your part with this.
Okay,
I played the tutorial and that first area. I don't like this game. So so I played it with the kids. My wife was sitting on the couch watching me. My kids were on both sides. We were messing with it. I was playing it. I played through the tutorial. I went through the first one, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't see what's going on here. Like, I don't want to keep playing it. So with that said, I only played it maybe, I don't know, an hour.
Oh, that's not enough.
So that's where I'm asking. Is there something I'm missing about this that I haven't seen yet? Because the controls and everything, I'm just not really digging.
I too have been playing Katamari. Katamari is not what I want to play at the moment. I found that by like going through stream and stuff. It's just not a game I want to play in stream. No, Jason, hear me out. It's just not a game.
Look at the chat. They're breaking my heart.
I like.
That's breaking my heart.
playing on stream. I would like to just play Katamari off stream so I can fail miserably and not feel like an absolute idiot. I think a lot of this game is I'm seeing it through rose-tinted glasses, and it's not a bad game in my opinion at all, but I've been over to my experience with the game is being over at friends' houses where they've already locked like the eternal mode, like the free mode, where all you're doing is literally rolling up the ball as big as you can without the time limits. The time limits are killing me. I feel so stressed out while I'm playing it, and that's just probably me being like, number one, getting anxiety over the years. Number two, just I don't like being timed and stuff, and it's just freaking me out. But we would literally just play those eternal free modes over and over and over and over again. We'd switch off and we'd just play that way. But they had already unlocked it, and obviously I haven't unlocked that yet. I think I probably got like half of the constellations and all the regular stars done. But I think it's just something that I'm going to finish on my own and like just go to it whenever I want to, just go through it. For
if
me,
Nintendo had digital refunds, I would have filed for a refund.
okay,
I really don't like
much. That's a little much. For me, I don't know if you guys have played Zenbound. Zenbound is this really cool game on Zenbound 2. I highly recommend. Is a mobile game actually, and I think you can get it on Steam. No, hear me out. So it's like a little wooden sculpture, right? It's a wooden sculpture, and there are nails around the wooden sculpture. And as you wrap the rope around the thing, the sculpture gets painted. So you're wrapping this rope around nails to hold it to the sculpture, and you try and paint the sculpture 100%.
So it's
or
funny.
Close to 100%. To me, it's a cathartic thing, but time mode is not cathartic.
Huh.
So
Zenbound 2 is on Switch.
Wow.
Is it? Oh, I gotta get it.
It's got a new game.
I love it.
So I was going to say, Katamari to me is giving me the exact same feeling that I had with Snake Pass, where I played it, I got it, like I understood why people liked it. I get it. I just don't like it. I was just like, I don't like this, and so
I don't know. I think you need to give it a little bit more time.
How much more time? Because like I don't like the actual playing it. Like it's the moving the character.
That's a bit of a problem.
It's like the moving the character I don't enjoy. Like the two sticks and then to turn I got to push one stick but not the other one. I just want to turn right. Like can I just push right and go right? Why do I got to do this?
Into the controls. Like the controls for me, I had to remember how it works, and I kind of likened it to an RC car. And I'm not. Yeah. I never grew up with RC cars, and I think that's why I had trouble with it.
I never had RC stuff either. Yeah.
If I passed it off to Brian, he could immediately pick it up because he's RC car. That RC car level in Super Mario Odyssey. I give it to him to do it because I'm like I can't freaking do it.
RC Pro-Am, baby.
Yeah, so I can't do it. But I think that's why it took me some getting used to. And the controls are a little tight. You want them to go a certain way, and you kind of have to really, really struggle.
Yeah.
It's like turning a boat.
I will say that I haven't played this game since I packed up my PS2. How many years ago? Yeah. So I agree with you. How much is this? Is it just nostalgia that I'm living in and what I remember about this game? And I will say, it's a product of its time that I think doesn't quite appeal the same way as it did then, because I remember I'm pretty sure I had to import this game to get a physical copy of it.
Oh yeah, it was
because I bought
popular.
I bought it late, and you go back to that time period. Japan was, especially Japanese games, were a little bit. I still think of an enigma.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And here in the West, and a little more. So here we're just like this. It's this bizarre fantasy land. And
the title screen is nuts. We made them watch it, and
it's awesome. Yeah.
So there's like cows flying and unicorns.
I think that's what about the game that appealed so much. But I like.
There's like a story.
I love that.
There's a story.
I love the wackiness of it. The music. I love all the music.
The music is phenomenal. And like I'm listening to it while I'm using my earbuds and stuff. And like they've got stereo surround and the music going while I'm playing. I'm like, this is awesome. This is great.
The amazing music is the na thing at the menu screen.
Katamari on the Rocks. Katamari on the Rocks. Best thing.
There's like a lot of the levels are just like dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. You know which one I'm talking about? It's just the guy talking, kind of.
Yeah,
it's
the weird
really
voices.
good.
Yeah.
But
love
there's
the fact
also
when
like
you
a
start rolling up people though, because that's just funny to me. And then the
oh yeah,
sound
because
effects they
they'll
make.
run from you. They run from you. Number one, then you have to knock them down. Then you have to roll them up. There's a story narrative that kind of goes with it too, Donnie. That you, as you're bringing these constellations and stars back in there, in between each level, there's a mother and her two children, and they're like flying to go meet their dad and stuff. And the children are the only ones that recognize that the stars are not in the sky and that like they're coming back. And it's so deadpan Japanese, like, oh, a star came back. Oh, a constellation. Oh, I feel it. It's super derp. I really love it. But it's just, I feel pressured, especially on stream, to do it well and with the time mode. And I just want to be able to restart it if I feel like I'm not doing a good job on the time. If that makes any sense. I don't like being pressured with time and stuff.
Ted in chat asked, "Do you have to use motion controls?"
No,
No, you don't.
all-
Yeah,
all-
we
it's
didn't
all just-
try that.
Yeah.
I've just been using my Pro Controller. Aside from that Katamari Damacy game, I've been playing something that Donnie sent to me.
Beach mode?
VC4, baby. So good,
man.
isn't it, Caroline?
All right, so this game takes a lot of time.
It is.
I'm not used to playing this. When I play Fire Emblem games, I think a map might take me between 20 and 30 minutes. For this one, because you're literally moving all of your units, your single units across the map, and you're doing it in like 3D mode, real time, you're third person watching these people go around. It takes me like 45 minutes to an hour to do one. So I'm only in chapter 4. That I read there's like 20 chapters, plus then there's like some aside scenes that are flashbacks and such. So I've technically done like 6 or 7 maps, but I'm only in chapter 4 because of the prologue and such like that. God almighty. This game is lewd. This game is lewd.
So much.
I mean, so it's in the same scene, homeboy Raz, my favorite character, by the way.
Oh, you're going to love it when you get to the end then.
Oh, great. So Raz is probably my favorite character. He just like outright just grabs the girl's butt. I mean, just absolutely puts the hand right on the cheek and is not shy about doing it. She turns around and just literally punches him in the face, right? Brian is back there howling, laughing. Like, this is his kind of slapstick humor. And then at the same time, while that's going on, there's another girl off to the side, and she's like, oh my gosh, what's going on over there? And the guy pulls out from underneath the tank where he's been working on it, and he looks right up her skirt. And then he gets slapped. So, I mean, it's lewd. It's really lewd compared to Xenoblade. But that's what I like about JRPGs that are rated T for teen, That's what we like. I am looking forward to... it's a very good story so far. I like the story. I'm interested in why Kai is named Kai and who this boy Kai is. I'm pretty sure they're brother and sister or something. But
Yokai? Yokai Watch?
Kai, Kai. I don't remember what Kai
It's the
stands
same
for.
kind of Kai.
Yeah, same Kai.
It's the same Kai. King Kai.
Anyway, I'm very curious about that. A lot of voice actors that I know are in this game, and shout out to some people that have children that might watch the show Miraculous Ladybug. Like half of the cast in this game voices characters in Miraculous Ladybug, and Brian and I are losing our minds over it because all we hear are just the characters from Miraculous. So I know that doesn't ring with y'all, but
Nope. No idea what you're talking about.
We find appreciation in it. Claude Wallace is the voice of Plag, who really normally sounds like this in the TV show, but of course Claude sounds completely normal, and we're just like, no, it's the same.
It's just like, yeah, completely generic guy.
Yeah. We love it. Anyway, aside from that, I haven't been playing that on stream because it's really, really vulgar, and there's a lot of cursing.
I thought that's what all the people who come to your stream for.
Yeah.
I
Give
mean,
the people what they want.
I do it, but here's the thing. Brian and I want to experience it together like we experienced Xenoblade 2 together.
Co-op stream.
We could, but then I would be doing my streams at night after.
Do it, damn it! Just stream the game.
We'll do it this weekend. We'll do a little bit of it this weekend, so stay tuned. Other than that, when I was like not feeling Katamari for the Switch, I went back to Breath of the Wild.
What?
All I did was Korok hunting, and there was a foot race thing that I'd never encountered before, and it was like racing this guy up a mountain, and I was like, how have I never come across this before?
I love this game so much.
It's literally been almost 2 years, and I'm like, this is like the time that I found.
You're gonna come back with us?
Island Town. I'm going to.
She already came back.
Yeah,
she's ahead of us.
But all the way back.
I think I've gotten about half of all the Korok seeds now. I'm at the halfway mark.
Why?
I'll never finish, but Anyway,
you just want that golden turd, don't you?
I do. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came back into my Switch yesterday and today, and I've just been, there's all those challenge modes that came out, and there was a very small frame in the summer before Torna expansion came out that I didn't get to finish all of that stuff, and they came out with this amazing new mode called Custom Mode, which is like you change all of the difficulties down or up or whatever you want. So all of those challenge modes that were on easy that I found extremely difficult, I was able to blast through those yesterday to finally get Shulk and Fiora's affinity charts done. Boom. Got Elma from Xenoblade Chronicles X. She's adorable. There's one more blade I have to get. So that's just something that I'm doing on stream casually. It's not a big deal. And there's another mobile game that I won't go into because it's not Nintendo. But oh my god, if anybody plays Ragnarok, like me and Benji, or played Ragnarok online, the original, it's basically the same thing.
I did that. I did do that.
Did you really?
Yep.
Ragnarok.
I was like, I need a free online game to play because I'm poor. And
so what is the game?
19.
Since you mentioned at least.
It's a Korean MMO that...
Never mind.
It was originally like pixelized, and you have job classes, and you go up the job ranks, and you start out as a novice. You choose your first job. You go from your first job to your second job. You can transcend, do it all over again, and get even better characters. Just a leveling game, dungeons, MVPs, bosses, etc. And it's pretty much just made for people that grew up with the original or played the original, because the maps are essentially the same. It's dumbed down a little bit, but it's in a 3D world, and everything's kind of isometric. It's not a top-down view anymore.
So that's kind of taken over my life, even though I said I was done with mobile games. But it's not true. Sorry. That's it. Let's go back to the real world with some
news. Yeah?
Yeah, Donnie?
Yeah.
Ready to shine?
Let's hit that news block. I'm going to see if I can't speed us up here a bit.
Right like a diamond.
So we're all on Direct Watch, right? We mentioned it last week, and all the internet's predicting a Direct because typically we have one in January. And we didn't have one this week.
Hey, if you predict it every week, you're going to be right.
You'll be right eventually.
You'll
be right eventually. Nintendo didn't do a Direct this week, but they did announce some dates. So they put up some trailers, just kind of on willy-nilly there on the YouTube. So Kirby's Epic Yarn comes to 3DS on March 8th.
Epic Yarn.
Whatever. Epic. So, Caroline, you tweeted about this like more than 3 times, which I think is too many.
Like 2?
Are you
to let people know and to respond to you too?
Are you really excited about this?
I'm gonna get it for my
Why?
collection. No, I'm getting it for my collection because it's a Nintendo game.
It's a Nintendo first party. Caroline's buying it.
No, I know.
But I'm not getting it day one. I'm gonna get it, when the 3DS is officially dead and it's in the bargain bin for $19.99 or less.
The Wii ports to 3DS are not.
No, they're terrible.
Yeah, they're not
That's why I don't
good.
have Xenoblade Chronicles 3D.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, March 8th. And then more importantly, Yoshi's Crafted World comes March 29th. And they had like this very cute story trailer about Kamek and Bowser Jr. stealing, what is it called? The gem set stone. And all the Yoshis have to help him and everything. That's really all that matters. But it's interesting. 5.6 file size. That's your 5.6 gigabytes. Two-player co-op and cloud saves, confirmed. But Yoshi's Woolly World was almost 3 gigabytes bigger. So it'd be interesting to see once we get the game if people feel like it's light on content or anything like that. I know a lot of folks felt that way with Kirby. And this is kind of in the exact same window that Kirby was in last year. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if people really feel, like all the collectibles and everything are worth their time. But it looked super cute.
It's called the Sun Dream Stone. Okay, we gotta channel our My Little Pony things and
Sun Dreamstone.
Sure.
call it a gem set.
what's happening
So I
right now?
copied this from the press release that they posted. So don't yell at me. Like, this is straight from the horse's mouth.
Stone.
I copied
It's
it from the
Sun Dream
PR.
Stone.
Anyway. So it comes out
What
March.
is happening right now?
It comes out March 29th, and
I was raised on Sailor Moon and My Little Pony. Okay.
all the tearaway and like Little Big Planet vibes with that overworld they showed.
Yeah.
Oh
Little Big
man,
Planet.
so much of it, like almost spot for spot. Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. Shellshock Prime wrote in on Twitter today. He goes, with the Twitter announcements of Yoshi's Crafted World, the Final Fantasy games, Dragon's Dogma, and Kirby's Epic Yarn, do you think we'll get a Nintendo Direct with games we don't even know about yet? What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, we always get Nintendo Direct with games we don't know about.
It's true.
They've always had games. They always, out of nowhere, like, here's some games that you didn't know about.
Sure.
It always happens. So I would say yes. Yes. Because I predicted it, and I'm going to say, guys, I told you.
I told you. See, I told you guys. I was right all along.
I called it.
Inside sources, multiple sauces.
Give me that blue check mark, because I'm a Twitter insider.
How
Nice.
bad is it though that people were actually reporting that Nintendo America
Oh my god.
thing was
What if my
real.
other Discord server, someone posted it that morning, and then I was just like,
America.
I just waited for a little bit, and I was like, all right, time to
Oh.
break your heart.
And then, you know what? I didn't put this on the notes, but it's definitely newsworthy. What are we getting? We're getting Zelda 2 and Blaster Master.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Zelda 2.
NES Online, that's the update for this month. And so the only thing I was going to add to Jason's thing was, we'd expect a new indie game or two, or at least updates on indie games that have been dormant. So, was it the,
I would like to have an update on all the
Wargroove and all
games
that
they
stuff,
announced
Shakedown
in year
Hawaii.
one
Yeah.
that we don't know anything about. So Wargroove, Shakedown Hawaii.
we could
please.
see stuff like that, and we could see new games to the NES Online or mentions of future updates to NES Online. So there's tons of room for them to mix in new news. Plus, as I remember saying, I definitely think Fire Emblem's coming way sooner than Caroline does. So there's more games out there on the hook that they can talk about that are not Yoshi. But in true Nintendo fashion, if we have a Direct this month, they can totally still talk about Yoshi for 10 minutes.
Yeah. right.
Oh, yeah.
NES
I think the reason that they put that trailer with the date on there is so they can save space for something else. I really think that's the way that
I've seen them do that more than once. Where they
I liked Wario64's tweet where it said that Nintendo Directs are just tweets now. They're just tweet announcements.
I would die. I
yeah,
would just
nobody
die.
wants that. Nobody wants that.
That's not fun.
Speaking of, Nintendo Switch Online games, that sparked some interesting conversation in the old Discord the other day too, with the debate about frequency and interval, and that was
Frequency,
a
how
fun
much-
little topic for
I say
our
at least
Shaq faithful.
you can come in and join the discussion, but my position is you got to throw at least 10 NES games because Lucas and I were talking. These things have been out since 1985. Okay, you can't tell me that you don't have the ROMs ready to go. Just throw 10 of them out there a month. You've got a library of at least 800. We'll be good.
Yeah, I really want Double Dragon 2 because that Double Dragon game that's out there now is so bad.
I didn't even know the first Double Dragon's out there already, or is
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
It's the
I just want any other system of games.
true.
That's
That
all I
too.
want.
That
Like
too.
anything
Give us
else
10
other
NES
than
titles,
that.
5 Super Nintendo titles, 3 N64 titles, and a GameCube title every month. And switch it up. Switch it up.
Yeah, so psvg.blog/discord. You can come join us. And
boom.
yeah,
Jin.
there was a really good topic. I stayed. My opinion on this matter hasn't changed since they announced it, since they launched it to now. It's the same. The Nintendo Online service should be a reason why you buy the console, not an afterthought. And right now, I think it's an afterthought. It's something that they have, but it's not a mandate. And for
Yeah.
the love of me, why you wouldn't do it in the biggest, grandest fashion to make it a reason to buy the console? Game Pass is a reason to buy an Xbox. It's not something you enjoy when you buy one. It's a reason to go get one. So
agree.
if it were me, I would have 25 curated NES, SNES, 64, just a great collection of games there. There's a reason why you buy it. I don't care if you don't even like Smash. Buy this for this, because people would. So anyway, moving on. The OlliOlli Switch collection was announced for February 14th. It costs $19. Actually, it costs $18.89, but I always round up. And it includes OlliOlli and OlliOlli 2. And I forget the tagline for OlliOlli 2. It's like an Ollie over the universe or something like that. It's something weird. And it's got 5 new worlds and a bunch of new challenges and a bunch of new modes. It's got all kinds of new stuff. You guys already know this. I like OlliOlli. Had it on 3DS, had it on Vita, had it on PlayStation 4. I think it's a great game. I'm not paying $20 for OlliOlli again. I'm not paying $20 for both OlliOllis again. This price is almost twice as high as I would like to pay for it. Just only because I already own it. It's a really fun game. If you've never played it before, if you like skateboarding games, I think it's super fun. It's got really cool music.
I was about to ask, is it a skateboarding game? Because when I hear
it's a skateboarding game,
all I think of is Tony Hawk.
So it is a skateboarding game, but it's 2D. It's a 2D side scroll. It's like an auto runner.
I've seen that game. Never mind.
Yeah, but so you jump in the air and you do a bunch of tricks to get as many points as you can, and then you crash on dumpsters and stuff. But with the music and the graphics, it is a good time. It is fun. It's not a must-have. Got to go buy the game, but it's really fun. And if it goes on sale, I think if you can get this thing down, if you can get OlliOlli the collection for like under 13, you're doing yourself a favor. That's pretty good.
OlliOlli.
Oxen free.
I wanted to get into January. Typically we do this at the first of every month, but last 2 weeks we were doing our recaps and everything. So January reminder, Tales of Vesperia, Sega Ages Outrun, which is awesome, by the way. I love Outrun, but did you see the Horizon Chase Turbo? That they gave them a nod. They were like, hey guys, thanks for jumping on the Switch. We're so glad to see you here. And they gave them a little tip of the cap, which I thought was cool, because Horizon Chase Turbo is nothing more than like a really awesome modern version of Outrun. And that's really great. So Sega Ages Outrun is out today, and Tales of Vesperia and New Super Mario Bros. U are out tomorrow at the time of this recording, which is Thursday, which is today if you're watching the video, which is yesterday if you're listening to the podcast.
January 11th. Just give them the date.
So I'll read these and we'll just talk about it. The final episode of The Walking Dead and Onimusha come out next week. Y2K, a postmodern RPG, comes out next week, along with Gunman Clive, the HD collection. Travis Strikes Again comes out next week. And then Smite rings in the end of the month. That's the MMO. I've never played it. I only know about it.
Yeah.
So what are you guys planning on playing out of this list, or anything else that I didn't put on it? Again, I was doing the highlights. If you have a favorite indie game, that's why it's not in here. It's just kind of the tent poles.
I plan on getting Deluxe eventually. Tales of Vesperia soon, but not until I beat Valkyria Chronicles 4, because I can only do one.
Yeah.
I can only do one JRPG at a time. And Y2K, I've been looking at a lot more, and I think I may try it. I don't know. I need to see a little bit more gameplay of it. But it strikes my fancy. Eventual games, not picking up immediately.
Yeah.
Jason, you grabbing any of these?
Nope.
No
money for it, so I'll just keep playing Smash Bros.
That's good. I'm picking up New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe tomorrow, and I'm really, really excited. It was I mentioned earlier, I was kind of in like a funk this week. I didn't really want to play games. And when I get like that, guess what I really kind of want to play? Mario. Kind of want to play Mario games. So this is like, honestly, it's perfect timing. Also coming up with Super Bowl, me being really, really worked. I don't have any time to like try hard right now with video games. I don't want to try hard. I don't want to relearn anything. I don't want to invest time. I want to play a game that doesn't make me think hard, and I just want to relax. And that, to me, has always been Mario. And Chalfie and Daniel in our chat, New Super Mario Bros. U is one of my favorite 2D Marios of all time, and I think it's one of the best ones that they've done in a very long time. So if you're asking if you're on the fence, you never played it, absolutely get it, because I love it. Did you guys see any of the Digital Foundry stuff on it?
Digital Foundry, no.
So it's really, basically, it's untouched. It has a res boost, so it's going to be a little sharper. It's at 1080.
Right.
They apparently updated like some of Peach's hair for whatever reason. For whatever reason, her hairstyle's a little different. But outside of that, it's basically the exact same assets from the
Probably
first.
to coincide with the Peachette, to make it look the same.
Maybe so. So they did redo all the menus though, so everything's a little sharper, which is good. I'm glad for that because it was a little fuzzy on Wii U. I kind of wish they would did more since it's a port. I kind of wish they would have did a little bit something extra. But anyway, it's still a great game. You get 2 games. You get Super Luigi and U in there, packed in there.
And the new Peachette mode.
And
Are you gonna? Okay, Kara, are you gonna play Smite at all? Get back into your
No.
MOBA domination?
No.
Alright.
You know,
I've never played it,
I
so.
haven't picked up an Arena of Valor like in probably since that first month it came out.
Is that
It
the
was so-
Rage stream?
Yes.
It was
Okay,
so toxic. It was so toxic. Is that the Rage stream? It will infinitely go down as the Rage stream.
Rage stream.
I said solo, you son of a.
I've never seen anything like that. Anyway,
That's so mad.
that's the news block for this week. So, Jason, it's time to listen directly from our listeners with Shaq questions.
Almost centered in the camera. Please understand. Absolutely, Donnie. Thanks for taking care of the news for us. We appreciate you, Donnie. You're always good at it. Yes, because we had awesome people that gave us a plethora of questions. We're pulling from that awesome catalog that Donnie has stored in our super secret Shaq archive. And we have a couple questions direct from you tonight on the show. Starting off with Mr. Trash Turkey himself. Check out the Backlog Busters. Why am I all of a sudden interested in Game Boy Color? Thank you for your help. Sincerely, Jeremy Trash Turkey.
Because Atomic Purple never go out of style.
That's a good answer. Yeah, that's still Caroline's answer. I was gonna say it's in the water because it's not just him, but it's Tim and it's Callow, and like I keep seeing it. There's a bunch of folks out there that keep posting their Game Boy Color pictures and like games that they're playing on it. Like I don't know what this.
After we record, I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I'm going to take a picture of mine.
I thought mine was conveniently located behind me, but it's not.
But I don't know what it is, but there's something in the water, and there's something I don't know if it's like maybe this time of year that has people nostalgic. But like I said, Callow, Tim, I see on Twitter a lot of folks like if they're not if they're not. Go ahead.
I was listening to the Pokemon Gold and Silver soundtrack the other day too.
See? As I'm saying, it's maybe it's a seasonal thing. If they're not showing us pictures of their Game Boy Color, they're talking about they wish they had Game Boy Color Virtual Console. Like it's on the tips of tongues right now. It's in vogue.
It's called a conspiracy.
Game Boy Color is a tough reach though because I play Link's Awakening DX. That's to be like the only game I play on. I think that's the only game I did play on my
Really?
Game Boy Color. I had that,
Oh,
and I
man.
had. What else did I have? I had.
One day I will own the
remember.
$750 Shantae Game Boy Color cartridge. One day.
And one day, I hope you don't. Well, that's an awful
that's
idea. What a waste!
That's ridiculous.
What a wasted investment that is. Of all things that you could buy.
I
It's an
feel sorry
amazing
for your
thing.
wallet.
One day.
alrighty.
Okay.
There's so many good Game Boy Color games though, Jason. What the heck? Let me go through my list. Let me see what
Yeah,
I
but
got.
No, we don't need a list of all great games.
No, I'm just saying.
there's probably like you could say are good Atari games too, but I don't
True.
really want to play them again.
Good rebuttal.
I thought I'd like to play NES games, and then I got my NES Classic. I was like, no, I don't want this.
I mean, I think the Game Boy Color games are good. I think they age well because
I like
because of
I
the
like the
color
Mario
and whatnot.
Golf.
They're nice.
You never
Yeah?
I
played.
mean, are we talking about Game Boy Color? Are we talking about like Game Boy Advance, or are we talking about
Color.
Game Boy
Talking about
Color?
And I played the golf game. I played it on Wii U.
Yeah, I like the Mario. I like the Mario Golf and the Mario Tennis games. Like those were the first like kind of co-op.
I played
with
both
your
of those games on
N64
Wii U.
one.
So that's what I was going to say. I never had a Nintendo Portable until 3DS. So I never played them originally, but I played a few of the Game Boy Color ports that came to Wii U, and I played a bit of that tennis and golf game, actually.
Jason, Oracle games? You never played the Zelda Oracle games?
Nope.
What?
I played
I'm
those
gonna
in
get I'm
3DS.
gonna get fired from the Shack at this rate. I'm going to go back, take my talents back.
I'm with
to-
you. Like, Jason, I'm serious. I never
go
even
back
owned
to-
the console. But I do have a lot of those games and have played them through Virtual Console. Like, I have the
Wario
Ages
Land,
games on 3DS.
Wario Land 2 and 3 are both good too.
I have those on my 3DS.
Yeah. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe.
I have that one on my 3DS. So, like, here's the thing. Like, Tim tried to pitch us a whole console built around backwards compatibility. It's like, they already did that.
Called the 3DS. So,
It's a good
There's
one.
really not a lot of titles that I have for it, but Yeah, I can't believe you haven't played.
I have
hard games.
I have silver and gold on our 3DSs too.
That's why I
Yeah.
kind of want him just to
Well,
put
Silver
out like
Crystal.
a Zelda collection of like all the handheld games and then all the others, and I think that'd be a cool way to experience them all. Moving on, fellow Backlogbuster, Mr. Grouchy Surge, what games are your family members most looking forward to this year?
Family members.
So Jack is pretty hype about that Nex Machina game. He wants that game bad. So
Oh, that's the yeah.
and then Victoria's just Animal Crossing. I think that's the only thing. And she's not really into it either. Like not as nearly as much as I think she should be. Maybe as it gets closer, or maybe when we get it. But outside of that, like not a whole lot. And of course the wife's not into anything. So, Carol, what's Brian wanting to play?
No, Jason, go, because Brian's literally the only person that plays.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my wife doesn't give a crap about any.
I'm
games
looking to
that
see
come out this year.
what's coming out this year. Hold on a second.
What's coming out this year?
He'll probably be interested in Fire Emblem because he and I both like Fire Emblem.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah, my wife's not a gamer or cares about games at all, so that's.
What about Lucas, Jason? What is Lucas looking forward to playing this year?
I don't even know his tastes anymore. He's all over the place.
Is he gonna get the Resident Evil with me next week while we wait for Caroline?
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get a game. No, he doesn't buy he rarely buys full price games. He'll wait for
Super
it to go on
Bowl is
sale.
gonna kill my time to put into Resident Evil.
I want to play that too.
And it's all I really want to play. I don't really want to play anything but Resident Evil 2 right now.
When I think Lucas is going to get a game, then he's got he's juggling 3 games from the library. Then he's got Humble Bundle monthly will give him a bunch of games.
Sure.
So I mean, he's got a plethora of stuff to play.
I think the only one that Brian would be interested in is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay. Sorry, Grouchy.
Nobody else in my family plays.
Not a lot of family stuff. That's why we have each other. That's why the 3 of us have each other.
Yep, that's right. And our last question this week comes from Kyle. Would you rather get a new Pilot Wings or a new Wave Race?
Wave Race.
Discuss.
Wave
God.
Race.
Wave
Do
Race.
you want to have an actual game, or I've never
A
played
flight
Pilot Wings because it always
simulator.
sounds like kind of like time waster.
Pilot
Really,
Wings
I never got the point.
No, Caroline.
From what I
it is.
saw.
Nope.
Pilot
Don't-
Wings 64 is not bad.
But it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but see, I wasted
just
so
is.
much,
I
so
can't
many
really say I never
hours
played
with
it.
Wave Race Blue Storm for the GameCube. I can't tell you how many times I rented that game.
Yeah,
I think
we
so many people want a Wave Race to come back.
we had Pilot Wings for 3DS when we first got them. We got that because you can get it for $3. And my kids actually kind of played that a little bit. They flew around. It's a neat little fun flight sim thing, and it was like a Mii-based game at that time.
I think Pilot Wings has made a great move into the Wii
yeah,
resort.
I would agree with you. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Pilot Wings, that's where Pilot Wings needs to reside, like Wii Sports. We don't need another Pilot Wings. We need a new Wii Sports resort,
Yeah.
where Wave Race could still very much stand on its own.
Yeah.
I
mean, they
still
both have
think-
history. It's just, yeah.
I think that bringing I can't remember the main guy's name, the guy in the red jacket with the shorts, but if you bring
Sure.
him in as a character in Smash Bros.
Wave Race guy, that's our DLC. Wave Race dude.
Who's next? Mach Rider?
I can see it. A challenger approaches. Red Wave Race guy.
Akari Hayami.
Don't get wet.
He's in the 1080 games too,
So
so he would be great.
here's my thing with Wave Race, right? Wave Race 64, those water physics and everything that were super cool at the time, they're not as cool now. So here's what you do with Wave Race. You turn it into Forza. You have this huge ocean that you can drive around in, and then you can find races and shenanigans along the way. So you can you can break buoys and run from sharks and stuff and encounter random races and then play online, and you could share your Wave Race ocean with other people, or you could play offline, and that's Wave Race in the future. And I would I'd buy that game right away.
Wave Race Ocean World.
Yep.
Excuse me, Akari
Water
Hayami
World.
is a
Water
Kevin
World, Kevin Costner.
Kevin
Wave
Costner
Race Edition.
DLC character.
Time to drink your
Oh man.
I am thinking of Ryota Hayami, who is a whatever.
Caroline, nobody
Akari's-
knows what you're talking about.
Oh my god! If you played World of Light, you would see his spirit.
Nobody
Shut
cares?
up.
Nobody knew it when they saw it. You had to look it up. You don't even know it. You're looking it
I
up.
know his name now.
You know he's the red shorts guy from Wave Race.
Red life jacket. Thank you.
Red lifeguard. Wave Race 64. Got it.
I want the
lifeguard.
Baywatch guy from Wave Race and Smash.
The girl would be perfect though. She was in the snowboarding game and wave race. 1080.
Dual sport, dual threat.
So yeah, Wave Race. The answer to the question, Kyle, is Wave Race.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Oh.
Only our podcast could do that about piloting Wave Race. We're the only one.
Oh my god. I love it.
Everybody else would be like, "What the hell are those?" Right?
We've had two good tangents. One at the front of the show, one at the back of the show. It's called bookending, folks. Nice job. Very nice.
Very good.
Well, unfortunately, that is going to bring it to the end of the Shack for this week. I hope your Saturday, if you're listening to it, then finds you well, and you found us on our new release time. Congratulations. But hey, please check out the other shows on the PSVG Podcast Network. But please check us out first, because we'd appreciate that.
Shack,
And,
baby.
you know, we'd also love an iTunes review. Not only if you could give one to the PSVG Prime, the whole network itself, but you can give Shack its own.
That Shack feed, baby. That's what I'm
Ooh.
talking about. Yeah.
Shack feed, I mean, it's called validation to Donnie. And we love that. So, please check us out. Join the Discord. Head to psvg.blog. You can follow all of us on the Twitterverse. We're all out there. And please come back for more Nintendo Shack.
Good night, Koopalings.
Dun 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 dun.